When most people watch videos of pet capuchin monkeys online, they see this surface-level cute behavior, a monkey hugging its owner, sitting quietly on a couch, or catching a grape. But what we rarely see and what owners almost never show is what a capuchin is supposed to look like. A healthy monkey in a thriving wild troop is intelligent, alert, constantly exploring, forming relationships, solving problems, and expressing a full emotional life. And then you compare that to the reality of pet monkeys. Restrictive leashes, cramped rooms, hours in soiled cages, junk food diets, and staged Facebook live streams once a week for donations. The gap between these two worlds is enormous, and it's the reason so many pet monkeys develop psychological trauma. Capuchins are among the smartest primates in the New World. They use tools, crack nuts with stones, process medicinal plants, and understand complicated social rules. They even outperform humans in certain cognitive flexibility tests, switching strategies faster than we do. Cognitive flexibility means that one is willing to abandon a learned strategy for a more efficient one. Studies showed that Capuchin and rhesus macaques were less susceptible to set-shifting bias, a human tendency to stick to an inefficient learned method, especially when a more optimal solution becomes available. Capuchin monkeys have a well-developed sense of fairness, as one famous experiment showed a monkey expressing anger and frustration over perceived unfair rewards. One research study found that Capuchin monkeys have memory abilities that are far more complex than has been realized. The study showed that monkeys have integrated memories regarding food sites, including where they are located, how much food is likely to be at a particular site, and an awareness of how much time has passed since they last visited each site. And, of course, much has been made of tool use by non-human primates. Tool use in monkeys is a strong indicator of intelligence, demonstrating problem-solving abilities, adaptability, and an understanding of cause and effect. The ability to select, modify, or use tools for tasks like foraging or defense shows cognitive complexity and a capacity for learning and innovation. And I could go on about how intelligent Capuchin monkeys are, but you get the idea. And yet pet owners reduce this intelligence to party tricks. They repost old clips of monkeys catching grapes as if that proves anything about Capuchin cognition. Meanwhile, their own monkeys are mentally understimulated, tethered on tight leashes, fed high-calorie junk food to keep them quiet, and kept in cages for most of the day. Intelligence becomes irrelevant when the animal is kept in conditions that restrict every natural behavior. In the wild, Capuchins live in large, complex social groups of 10 to 30 individuals. Their entire emotional world depends on group life, grooming each other, forming alliances, raising young together, learning by watching, even maintaining long-term friendships. Babies cling to their mothers for months and rely on them to explore the world safely. Now picture the pet monkey version. Raised without a mother, kept alone or with one other monkey in a cage, constantly manhandled in traumatizing ways, forced to undergo barbaric mutilation surgery in a sadistic attempt to tame the wild monkey, deny normal play, punished for natural behaviors, handled almost exclusively by humans, and left to sit indoors, day after day, with no troop to belong to. This isn't companionship. It's isolation, dressed up as love. One of the most dangerous assumptions in the exotic pet world is the belief that monkeys can be domesticated, or even worse, that humans can breed them into pets. In reality, no primate species on Earth has ever been domesticated. Domestication takes thousands of years and involves selecting animals who are naturally calmer, less aggressive, more sociable toward humans, and less territorial. None of this applies to monkeys. A capuchin born in someone's living room is still a wild animal with full wild instincts. Note the following chart identifying wild animals, essential for human needs, that were truly domesticated throughout history. It took nearly 10,000 years to domesticate the common house cat, and over 15,000 years to domesticate wild dogs. But note what's not on the chart. That's correct. As stated before, non-human primates were never domesticated. So if you see pet monkey owners and sellers claiming monkeys can be domesticated or bred to be pets, there is absolutely nothing scientifically that backs them up. In the United States, there's a small but prolific exotic pet industry that pretends otherwise. Breeders advertise monkeys as if they're similar to puppies, using phrases like hand-raised bottle-fed or family-friendly. Some even claim they're creating better pet monkeys through selective breeding, which is simply not true. They're not creating domesticated animals, they're creating generations of monkeys who are taken too early from their mothers, deprived of proper social development, and raised in human environments that stunt their behavior. And then you remember this same owner rarely shows these monkeys outside the house anymore. They sit indoors on a couch, looking vacant, and the audience thinks this is adorable. But healthy capuchins never sit blankly like this. They are wired for movement, exploration, problem-solving, and social interaction. A monkey who sits still for a 60-minute live stream is not calm. It's compromised. If you truly want to understand a capuchin's beauty, don't look at staged videos of overweight, stressed, understimulated pet monkeys who only exist indoors. Look at footage of wild troops jumping, foraging, cracking nuts, grooming, raising their young and expressing real joy. The difference isn't subtle. The difference is everything. When you see a monkey used as an online prop, remember what capuchins are actually capable of, and what they lose when they're taken from the wild. Isolated, leashed, and turned into entertainment.